Hi, my name is Greg Pasley and I'm president of Butler Manufacturing. Welcome to this next installment of the Butler Builder video. We've had a great fall here at Butler Manufacturing. We just completed 4 roundtable meetings, meeting with over 200 builders at various locations. I think the general mood amongst the builders was one of guarded optimism, with many reporting increased backlog through 2020 and even some building backlog into 2021. There was some caution, especially in the middle of the country with the upcoming election year. And as we look at the Dodge data to see what they predict in non-residential low-rise construction, we really see a relatively flat year, maybe moderate to slow growth continuing into 2020 and on into 2021. There were a few issues raised, of course. The first and foremost was lead times. I'll come back to that issue here in a few moments, but I want to address some of the systems issues that came up. We continue to work diligently with a dedicated team to improve our Easy Parts program, making it more user-friendly, and frankly working with you, our Butler Builders, to make sure we address the issues. We also have added back the drawing tree within My BuilderNet, a request that many of our Butler Builders submitted just to make it easier to find the drawings you look for on a daily basis. I'm happy to say that's back in place now. As expected, the topic of lead times and engineering were widely discussed in our roundtable meetings. And I think it's important to understand it's not a quick fix on our part, and I'll talk a bit about hiring. But first, I think it's vitally important that we understand what our goals are. What are we trying to get to? And that starts first and foremost with Classic 2s, getting those in your hands within 6 weeks after ordering. And then what I'll call near classics, those things that are close to a Classic 2 but require just a bit more handling on the engineering side, and getting those really in less than 10 weeks. We go from that to simple jobs, getting those in 10 to 12 weeks, moderate jobs 12 to 14 weeks, and then complex jobs 14 weeks to 16 weeks. I think it's important that we understand what those targets are as we work towards them and how we're actually going to achieve that. And first and foremost, it starts with hiring. And since July of 2018, we've added 120 people to our engineering department. Those are new hires. During that same period of time, we've lost a few, roughly 35, with 14 of those being transferred to other departments, to other roles like project management. We've also had 12 retirements. So in general, we're up more than 80 people in our engineering group. It doesn't just start with hiring though. We need to make sure we train those resources, making sure they're as effective as quickly as possible. And that means implementing a new training group and a new training methodology, taking advantage of advances in online tools as well as distance learning courses. Those are things we're implementing today to make sure we're addressing those lead time issues, because we need to make sure we're shaving that off. That's come loud and clear to me, and it's important for you, our Butler Builders. We know that as we talk about those near classic buildings, we expect to have that lead time tackled into the first quarter of calendar year 2020, and we'll continue to whittle away at those more complex orders so that we return those lead times back to more normal periods of time, because that's a first and foremost priority for us. Following up on our roundtable meetings, just last week in Kansas City, we had the Butler Builder Advisory Council here. And that was a dozen builders getting together to understand what we as a leadership team are doing and helping us set a direction from a strategy point of view on what we're going to do over the next 1, 2, and even 3 years. We spent time up at our St. Joe facility, giving our builders a chance to understand the complexity of what happens in our plants, the high-tech approach that's taken to products like Truss Pro and XT, and generally being able to recognize the efforts of our employees on the shop floor. We had an excellent day at our research and development facility out in Grandview, Missouri, where your Butler Builder Advisory Council was shown 8 different innovative products. This is an area where we were able to go out, see, touch, and feel those innovative products, innovative ideas, and then get live feedback from the council members as Dan Cum and his team led the innovation discussion around those products, understanding where our builder priorities are. I think we had great feedback there, and I look for more information on that at our upcoming builder meeting in Austin, Texas. Now, as part of that same session at Research and Development, we were able to involve the Butler Builder Advisory Council in an ideation session, looking beyond the innovations at hand and seeing where we need to go as a direction as a company. What became clear to me was the importance of communication. We need to make sure we're going beyond just these videos as we communicate with you. We need to improve our communication on the project level. For example, making sure that when dates change, we have a phone call to our Butler Builders, informing them of what's happening, not just simply an email. We also need to make sure we're updating our dates in Butler Omni Project, because that's the source of information for not just you, but our project managers. So keeping those dates current is vitally important. Also important in our communication is understanding the importance of eliminating redundant and boilerplate questions on our clarification form. This is some feedback that I've heard last year, this year in the roundtable meetings, came through loud and clear from our advisory council. So Hazem Mansour, manager of builder services, has reached out to his clarifiers, made sure they understand we're no longer going to be asking you questions about colors and other items that you've submitted as part of your Advantage file. There's no need for that redundant information, and we'll do a better job of scrubbing out the items that are not relevant to your project. It became clear to me that we need to expand our Classic 2 offering. This has been a great vehicle for our builders to receive simple buildings very quickly. And we heard both from the roundtable and from the advisory council the need to expand that offering, add different features and configurations which allow you, our Butler builders, to get slightly more complex, simple buildings in that 6-week time frame. Now, for us, we took those enhancement requests of about a dozen different features, prioritized that with the advisory council, and have taken that back to our engineering teams, our IT teams, and we'll be working to see what can be added to our system, again, to hit the target delivery date on Classic 2 buildings. I think that's a win-win for both of us. I do want to take a moment to talk about the upcoming Butler Builder meeting in Austin, Texas in March. We've been working in the planning stages with our production crew and with marketing to understand how to bring a program to you that has true value to your business. I believe you're going to notice a change in that meeting, and I look forward to hearing from you during and after that meeting to make sure we've delivered on that promise. So please look for registration in the coming weeks. Make sure you register early to take advantage of the bonus offer there. Not going to say what that is today, but take advantage of that bonus and come see us at the Butler Builder meeting in March in Austin, Texas. It's going to be a great show. In closing for this video, I just want to say, the roundtable meetings, the advisory council, that's a chance for me to understand the issues of our builders, for you to have a chance to communicate with me either through in-person communication or through your advisory council to make sure we understand at Butler Manufacturing the most important issues for our Butler builders. And I believe that's happened. And I look forward to delivering on those commitments in the coming months and talking to you as we get to the sales meeting to hear what more we need to do to make Butler a better company and a better business to work with. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Take care and be safe.